you do if I told you I have a tank here that I don't have to cycle, I don't have to do water changes, and everything's going to be fine? Are you as skeptical as I am? Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm setting up this tank and I'm going to test a system that says it can do all that. And what they do is they use a microcurrent technology to activate two different things. One, the aerobic bacteria, and two, the anaerobic bacteria, by using microcurrents. It's running concurrent with an under gravel filter. I have reached out to a friend of mine who's very knowledgeable about the science behind all this. But I'm going to have to do water testing probably every day because I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I'm not going to be adding beneficial bacteria. I'm just setting the system up using the under gravel filter. So let's go see how I set it up.
Hey, everybody, it's Susie Q.
I want to set this up with an under gravel filter. There's a couple reasons why I want to do under gravel filter, but let me get started and I'll explain as I go. So this was a gift. It was actually a prize that Blackie won and gave to me. So Unfiltered Aquarist had a contest. I didn't win, but Blackie won. But because he's in Australia, he gifted the prize to me. So I'm very excited. It's a Nomo. But the very first thing I got to set up is the under gravel filter. So I do have an under gravel filter over in my Mbuna tank. Nomo. Oh, the Nomo. Oh, it's supposed to replace regular water changes, tank cycling, and smelly, dirty water. This is going to be so great. So we're excited to send you your own Nomo. A few things to help you get started. I've included a business card. Please email me so I can send you a few pictures of how to put it together after you receive it. I put it together first, took pictures, disassembled it, and fit it in the box. That's nice. You will need to make sure your tank is empty before you install Nomo. The under gravel filter needs to be on the bottom of an empty tank. The wires are in the correct position and already secured to the underground filter. Let's see if we can get that far. The brown wire needs to stay buried on top of the underground filter and under the gravel. The silver wire will stay buried in the gravel except for the bent tip. That wire is going to stay under the gravel. This wire is going to stay under the gravel except for the bent wire is going to sit on top of the gravel. These wires are spaced perfectly to help the bacteria in the gravel work their magic. The two 1-inch upflow tubes need to be secured in the punched out holes in the back right and left corners. The tubes that are strapped together go in the hole on the left. I'm going to go in here. I guess that's as far down as it goes. So I guess that goes up. Two 1-inch upflows need to be secured in the punched out holes right in the left back corners. The tubes are strapped together. Go to the hole on the left. Needs to be connected to an air pump that is strong enough for 40 gallon. It's a 7 watt, doesn't say Air 8000. I'm sure one on each one would be perfect. At least 2 to 3 inches of gravel on top of the under gravel, yep. The gravel and the under gravel filter will house the bacteria. It's very important because the Nomo will work with the bacteria to keep your fish tank clear. Okay. You will not need to go through the typical cycling process with Nomo. What? You can put in the fish you wish and have your aquarium without having to cycle. Wait. Okay. I'm going to have to talk to Unfiltered Aquarist. Is this true? I don't want to kill my fish. Is this true? I don't even have any fish that I'm like, yeah, I don't care about that one. Let me give it a shot. Or do I? No, I don't. Okay, it says I don't have to cycle. I'm going to test every day. Secure the Nomo device to the back left side of the fish tank. Plug the wires into it once you have it secured. Plug the wires in. Okay, I know how to plug the wires in, but then I don't know what to do with this. The plugs for the solar panel and the device are different sizes, so you won't mix them up. make sure you have glass under the light for the solar panel to sit on to protect it from water. Make sure you have glass under the light. What? What? Make sure you have glass under the light. I don't know what that means. Make sure you have glass under the light for the solar panel to sit on to protect it from the water. Like here? I'm gonna have to make a top. Once everything is ready and set up the way you want, pull the tab on the front device. This will activate the battery inside. What comes with the Nomo, what you'll need, the air pump, glass under the light for the solar panel. Georgianne, I think I'm going to call you because I don't know what glass under the light means, but I'm so close. I am so close. So now I have lava rocks, or I have river stone. Lava rocks or river stone for my under gravel. River stone is smoother. I'm going to do smoother because I'm not sure what fish I'm going to put in here. Okay, so there looks like there's a little carbon filter. I guess it just goes on the end. Just got to pop it in. I'm not sure that's right, but hey, it looks good enough. So let me get the rocks in, the gravel in. Okay, now I'm going to start filling it up with water. Okay, it's all plugged in. So I think I'm coming to the conclusion that this pump is not powerful enough. I'm going to swap it out with another pump because you see how the water flow isn't flowing out? There should be a lot more flow. So let me see if I can find another pump. I swapped out this air pump for this air pump. Now this air pump is powering everything down here, but it wasn't powering the under gravel filter. So now when we look, it is powering it amazingly. And then this is up here protected from the water. Yeah, that looks so much better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this video and how I set it up over to Georgianne from Nomo and Unfiltered Aquarius just to make sure I set it up right. The last thing I want to do is put fish in here if I didn't set it up right. I want to give the Nomo the best shot it's got at showing how successful it is, if at all, but I've never used it before. So I want to make sure. I know this is a little gaudy and I like it. So that's going in here until I decide if I'm going to put real plants in or not. And what fish am I going to put in? So if you have any ideas of what fish you would put in this 40-gallon breeder with an under gravel filter at 78 degrees, I would love to hear your comments. And I'll make my next video about the top 5 fish that you guys suggest. So I do got to say, now that it's all set up, I'm ready to test it. I'm a little scared, but I'm going to go ahead. I do want your comments. I want your suggestions on what fish would you put in this tank. Could this be true? Could this be a tank that I don't have to cycle and I don't ever have to do a water change? Let's find out. Stay tuned for the updates and I will see you next time.
Hey, everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey, everybody, it's Susie Q. Nah, hey, everybody, it's Susie Q. So come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.